Hey biology, so today we're going to go ahead and do some practice over independent versus dependent variables. This won't be very long. You'll want to make sure that you have your notebooks out with you, and you'll just want to copy down what we have in, or what I do in this video into your notes, okay? So that's what I'm going to check for tomorrow. After this short video, you're going to watch a really short video over the Big Bang Theory and just find some of the variables that they use in their experiments. Alright, so in our notebooks, let's go ahead and title this variable practice. Remember, yours might be a different page. Just make sure you're keeping up with your page number. So let's do variable practice. Let's do independent variable, and I'm just going to use IV for that, versus dependent variable, and I'm just going to put DV for that. So we're going to talk about independent variable versus dependent variable. So our first example we have, I wonder if I watch movies with a lot of swearing in it, I will start swearing more. So the way you want to think about the independent variable is that the independent variable is what you are going to manipulate yourself in the experiment. Okay, so it's the one variable that's changed in the controlled experiment, because remember, we only change one variable in our controlled experiments. So I wonder if I watch movies a lot, or if I watch movies with a lot of swearing, I will start swearing more. So the thing you want to ask yourself is what depends on what. So I'm going to say the independent variable is what we're going to change. So what we would change in this experiment is the amount of swearing in movies. So we would say the independent variables would be swearing in movies. Well, what depends on the amount of swearing in movies? Well, that's going to be you swearing in movies. So the dependent variable is me swearing. And I said you swearing in movies, but it should be just you swearing in general. Okay, so swearing in movies, and then me swearing because I watch them. So our next example, and if you need to pause the video at any time, pause the video so that you can copy these examples down. There's no reason to rush through this, and this kind of homework assignment shouldn't take you more than 10 minutes because they're not made for being that long. So, example 2. Does increasing the amount of blood in the water increase the number of sharks? Okay, well, we want to say what depends on what. Okay, so it seems like the amount of sharks might depend on the amount of blood in the water. So the independent variable in this question, or if we ran an experiment, the independent variable would be the amounts of blood in the water. That's what we would change. What depends on that, the dependent variable, is the number of sharks. So the dependent variable is typically what's measured, okay, at the end of an experiment or during an experiment. So the independent variable is what we manipulate. Dependent variable is what we actually measure. We see that dependent variable change in result to the independent variable. All right, so last example. If I increase the number of hours I practice, will that increase the number of free throw shots I make? So what depends on what? So the number of free throw shots depends on, it seems like in this question, the amount of hours I practice. So our independent variable is going to be the number of hours I practice. And the dependent variable, so what depended on the number of hours you practice, it's going to be the number of free throw shots. Made. Okay, so that's just a couple of practices or examples here of finding the independent variable versus the dependent variable. We'll actually do some harder ones in class, and we'll talk about experiments in class. But what I would like you to do after this is go ahead and watch the video of the Big Bang Theory and find the independent variable and the dependent variable in their experiment. I hope this was an easy assignment. If you have any questions, just let me know, and I will be more than happy to help you tomorrow. But just make sure you ask me before class or just whenever.